Hey everyone, I'm Matt Dolan with Dolan Divorce Lawyers in Connecticut, and today I'm going to talk about whether the Connecticut divorce and custody courts favor either gender, men or women. And the answer to that question is no, they don't, and it is also, it depends. So the reason there are two answers is that under the law, there's supposed to be no favoritism towards gender. So alimony, child support, division of assets, child custody, those are all supposed to be gender neutral, where there is no favoritism in the statutes that write the law, whether or not men or women are favored. Now, with that being said, the people who are deciding these cases ultimately are human beings, and human beings unavoidably have biases, whether they're gender biases, racial biases, etc. And judges, for example, they are deciding these cases if you cannot reach an agreement. And if you have two identical cases where there's one primary wage earner and one person who is earning significantly less or is not working at all, is maybe raising the kids at home, if the primary wage earner is a man or the primary wage earner is a woman in the other case, you might receive two completely different decisions with the same judge, and that is because that judge may have underlying gender biases. They may feel that a man should not be a stay-at-home person, or a man should not be underemployed. They should be working full-time, or they may have the opposite bias. So it's really impossible to avoid the favoritism towards one gender, but I would say there's not in Connecticut any favoritism towards one gender or the other. It really just depends on the specific case and the specific person that you're dealing with, whether it's a judge or a family relations worker. Again, they all have their own biases. So I would say overall, there really are not many biases within Connecticut towards gender, especially more recently. I think in the past that was probably more a problem, but I think as our society evolves and a lot of those gender biases are sort of breaking down, at least in my opinion, I think there's really no favoritism towards one gender or the other. So those are the basics on gender bias within the Connecticut divorce and custody court system. As usual, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and if you are looking for representation in a divorce or family law case, I would invite you to contact our office.